Hi. Way back in 1986, in late March, just before I turned 50 years of age, I attended my first 10-day Vipassana Meditation retreat in the Blue Mountains, west of Sydney, New South Wales. Probably one of the hardest things I'd ever done in my life. 10 days, almost the whole time in total silence. But I won't go into that now, other than to say that between 1986 and 2002, I did 14 of these 10-day retreats. And in the interim, twice a day, did Vipassana meditation. And I keep it up to this day. Next year, it'll be 40 years. After I'd been doing Vipassana for 12 years, I think it was 13 years, I wrote this book. Where Are You Me? Experiences in Vipassana Meditation by Arthur Thomas Ware. Now, I don't know how interested you will be in this particular subject matter, but I went to my bookshelves, closed my eyes and pulled a book out at random, and it happened to be this one. I've written a number of books over the years, 15 or 16 in all, and when I pulled this book out, I then opened it at random, and I came to this particular part of the book, the chapter on stillness. And I thought I'd read a little bit about this chapter on stillness, perhaps stopping here and there, and depending upon your feedback, whether to continue with the whole chapter or not. And if a lot of people really like it, maybe to read out excerpts from the book itself, because some very extraordinary things happened to me during those 10-day Vipassana meditation courses. So to begin with the subject of stillness, and pardon me dropping my eyes every so often to read what's on the page. Here's the book. It is not until we sit for an intense meditational course such as Vipassana that we become aware of what noisy, demanding and out of control minds most of us have. Before such a course, we take it for granted that our minds should be continuously filled with verbal thinking, in which we are constantly immersed. So much do we regard incessant verbal chatter as normal that we call this unending mind stream our thoughts. And we say to ourselves, well, that's the sort of thing I think about, before being led, without resistance, into the flow of another mind stream, another topic. We chop and change, latching onto and being led by one topic after another. Internal arguments take place, both between parts of our own psyche and with imaginary figures we've created from memory. And I told him, or the next time I see John, he won't get off so lightly. I will. Or even dangerous sentiments like, I'll kill the bastard. Subjects change interminably from work interests to people, scenes from the past, and projections into the future. A sound attracts our attention, and we're 10,000 feet in the air in a jumbo jet on approach to our local airport. This leads to aircraft thoughts in general, and we're back on our last flight, our last holiday, our last swim at the resort during our last holiday. Our conversations with someone at the bar on the evening of our last day of that holiday, and so forth and so on. On and on we go, helter-skelter, subject to whatever sound, thought, emotion pulls strongly enough to get our attention. Not only that, we react to those thoughts which we've allowed ourselves to be drawn into. Anger churns deep within us at the memory of some insult which occurred decades ago. We cringe and grow cold at the shark attack we invented in our own imagination. We become amorous, remembering how we made love to our girlfriend or boyfriend. If we were objectively examined by trained biophysicians, physicians, it would be noticed that our whole biophysical mechanism, that is our bodies, are altering their chemistry, their hormonal balances, their blood pressure, and many other things, both subtle and not so subtle, in direct relationship to our involuntary attention to this random and undisciplined visualization and mind chatter. And we wonder why we get no peace. I'll stop there. If people think that this is worth listening to, me reading further, then I will proceed further. But at this time I will stop, because I think 7 to 8 minutes in one video is long enough. Please get back to me with your comments, whether you'd like to hear more or whether you think listening to someone read is rather boring. I'll leave it up to you.